Assalamu alaikum students. I hope you all are fine and in good health. Let's start our today's English class. Now as you can see students, in yesterday's class, I completed message writing from your writing section. Okay? Now, we completed honeysuckle, right? Now, one chapter of your grammar kit is left. Do you remember which one? Yes, it's written over here. Chapter 14, direct and indirect speech. Yes? Now, why are we taking this chapter at last? Yes, because before this chapter you had voice, right? And in voice, we already studied about tenses, isn't it? And I already mentioned it before also, that you need to keep tenses in your mind because it will be useful in which chapter? Yes, in direct and indirect speech. Okay? So now students, as I mentioned earlier, tenses is a very important part of direct and indirect speech. Okay? So that is the reason, first, in today's class, I am not going to start directly this chapter with what is direct speech, what is indirect speech. I first want you all to recall all the tenses. And you are supposed to write this in a paper or in your books. Okay? The tenses, for which tense, how the verb is going to be. Is it understood by you all? Okay? So, today we'll revise tenses. Okay? If you learn, if you know what is going to be there in each tense, then this direct and indirect speech is going to be very, very, very easy for you. Trust me, students. Okay? So, it is very important for you all to focus in our today's class. Okay? If you miss out this, you will not be able to understand the rules of direct and indirect speech. Okay? So, now tenses. What do we mean by tenses over here? What do we mean by tenses? We are changing verb according to the time. Yes, we are changing verb according to the time in tenses. Now, why do you need to change the verb? What is verb? Yes, it's action word. Verb is your action word. Okay? So, why do you need to change this? Yes, when we change the verb according to time, we get to know when the action happened. Yes? What do we get to know? We get to know when the action happened. Right? So that is the reason we need to change the verb. If we don't change our action words according to time, हमें पता नहीं चल सकता कि कब कौन सी action हुई थी. Whether now, whether past. Okay, वो आया. If we just simply said, he came, he comes, okay, he comes. Now, if you are using this comes, it means वो present की बात हो रही है. If you say he came, it means वो past की बात हो रही है. If we didn't have tenses, अगर tenses नहीं होता, अगर verb को हम time के according change नहीं करते, it would have been very complicated, right? Okay? So, it's not that tenses सिर्फ English language में है, tenses हर language में है. क्यों? Just because we use action words, right? We use action words and that mentions the time of the action taken place. Is it clear? So what is tenses? Changing verb according to the time. Okay? Now time. Time over here is divided into 3 parts. Time tenses, right? It's divided into 3. How many tenses you have? 3. Past tense, present tense, and future tense. Right? So students, past means something that already happened. Present, you're going to talk about time now. And future, it means the time which is yet to come. Which is yet to come. Okay? Now, in each tense, you have 4 tenses. In each tense, you have 4 tenses. Okay? For you, which is more important right now? Past, present. And in future, you will be only studying about will, shall, is going to be. Okay? So first, let us start with our first tense, present tense. Which means we are talking about time now. We are going to talk about time now. Okay? Now, how many tenses are there in present tense? Yes, we have 4 tenses. Which are the 4 tenses? Simple present, present continuous, present perfect continuous. Present perfect, and last present perfect continuous. Okay? So, let us start with our first one, that is simple present. Okay? Simple present tense. Now, what do you have in simple present tense? Have your verb. Okay. Now, see, if I'm talking about tenses, what we'll be talking about? We'll be talking only about the verb. What are we going to talk about? Verb, the action word. Is it clear to you all? Right? So, we'll be only talking about the verb. Okay. That is going to be your action word. Now, how your action word or how your verb will be going to be in simple present tense. How your verb will be in a sentence? In a simple present tense, when we talk about time now, your verb will have S or ES or V1, which we call the base form. What do we call it? Base form. Is it clear to you all? Is it clear? In simple present, it will have S or ES or V1. That is your base form of the verb. Okay? So let us write an example. We'll use S or ES. Okay? He comes home. He comes home. Full stop. See, come, and I added S to it, right? Now, if I want V1. So, if I write V come home. Okay. Or the other example, which is very easy. He walks daily. Next, we walk daily. This is very easy. He walks daily. We walk daily. This is your verb. Now what have you seen? Where your S or ES is coming? When you are talking about singular. When you are talking about singular noun. And where your V1 base form is coming? When you are talking about your plural noun. Is it clear? जब ये plural होता है तो ये base होता है, V1 होता है. जब ये singular होता है तो यहाँ पे S या ES आएगा. Is it understood? So just keep in mind, in simple present tense, you will have S or ES or V1. Understood? Now let's start with second one. Simple present. So now it will be present continuous tense. Okay? When we talk about present continuous tense, what does it mean? It means we are talking about action happening. Action happening. हमारे सामने वो action हो रही है. Is it clear? Action happening. Okay? So, how your verb is going to be in present continuous tense? Is, am, are, plus ing. Plus ing. Right? So, is for singular, am is for I, and are is for plural or you. Okay? So, keep this in mind. अगर sentence में is, am, are plus ing है, इसका मतलब वो present continuous tense है. Let us take example walk. He is walking in the garden. वो अभी क्या कर रहा है? He is walking. We are walking in the garden. Okay? So do you see? Plural are, you are walking. I am walking. So is, am, are plus C. With walk, what we added? ing. What we added? ing. So it is present continuous. Is, am, are है, तो वो present है. ठीक है? Let us go to the third one, which says present perfect. Present perfect. It means the action happened just now. Just a few minutes later, the action happened. Okay? So how your verb is going to be over here? You will have has or have plus V3. Plus V3. Or we can call it past participle. What do we call it? Past participle. Okay? Past participle. Past participle I already explained when we were doing voice. So I'm not going to go in detail of it. As I said, we'll have 3 forms of verb. Okay? So V3 we are going to use over here. And has or have. So let us take an example. He, as we write, he has. Walk will become walked. So we came to know if you don't have V3, what else can you use? ED. What else can you use? ED. He has walked. We have walked. So what you came to know from these examples? Has is for singular, have is for plural, you or I. Is it understood? Is it understood? Now next, fourth one. You have present, perfect, continuous. Present, perfect, continuous tense. Okay? Now, present perfect भी है और continuous भी है. Right? You have present perfect also and you are having continuous also. It means it's going to be the combination of these two. It's going to be the combination of these two. So as it is present perfect, first let us have has or have. Has or have. Now we will add been. We will add been plus it will have ing because it is continuous. So ing. So let us take the same example now. He has been walking. He has been walking, or we have been. Walk is the verb and we have to add ing. So he has been walking. We have been walking. Right? So this is the verb. This is the verb. Okay, students? So today I explained you present tense and 4 tenses in it. Right? That is simple present tense, present continuous tense, present perfect tense, present perfect continuous. Okay, so now all of this you have to write in your CWs and learn for which tense how the verb is going to be. So have you seen every verb we have used the formulas, right? So this way, if you want, you can even try making the examples yourself. Tomorrow in the next class we are going to do past tense and future tense. Okay, and then we'll start with direct and indirect speech.